Some things change you for the better. It could be a book, a vacation, or a trip. For me, such wake up call happened last year when I read this book called Tuesdays with Morrie. And this book has been such a game changer because it gave me something I never had, a perspective and a reflection. So this book is about Mitch and Morrie. Morrie is a dying professor and how in his last days he covers everything about love, affection, and true wisdom. So, yes, I am Pooja. I create videos around self growth, self love, and little life lessons that we often unsee. So, if you happen to like my videos, please consider subscribing. Let's go. So, in this book, he explains there are three key lessons, and that is something we often miss. So, first and foremost, is life is all about love and compassion. This is something so hard hitting because we've been often told that life is only about achieving milestones and you need to go and hustle. But in true essence, everything comes second to love and compassion, the compassion we have to our people. And that is the only thing we need to embrace in this life. And second lesson that I totally loved is detach yourself from society's definition of success. So to many of you, it might not make sense, but again, you cannot escape from that. Success is pretty subjective, and in this book, he mentioned it clearly that you should not chase the financial assets and the wealth at the cost of your happiness. And in this book, he teaches that fulfillment comes when we pursue our passion, when we live life with a purpose, and when we contribute to someone's life. So, yes, it is one of the things that we often unsee in this world, but it is so needed. And the third and the real lesson is not fearing death. And when we consider death as a natural part of life, we will live every day with purpose. I know this is something pretty hard hitting, but this is what it is. So, yes, this is about this book. Now, let's rewind to the story. So, most of my days, I was stuck at my desk, buried with deadlines and endless to do list. I was burned out. I was a mother. And apart from that, I was totally miserable. And then I realized that is this how I'm going to live my life, measured in check boxes? And it was not one thought, it was a persistent thought that what my 80-year-old self would think of me, that I spent my entire life inside a cubicle. And it all peaked when one day I went to my daughter's room and I observed her. She was playing so nicely with her toys and so present. And I had that realization that when was the last time I was so present at any moment? And I knew that this is the peak. That was the moment when I realized why I am not doing the same. Of course, there are financial burden. Of course, there are other things to be taken care of, but not at the cost of your own happiness. So yeah, that was the wake up call. And this book, again, Tuesdays with Body, gave me the strength to call it quits. And there is one specific thought from this book, Tuesdays with Morrie, that actually did ignite something in me. I really want to share with you. We are so wrapped up with things, career, family, having enough money. We are involved in trillions of little acts just to keep going. So we don't get into the habit of really looking at our lives. Oh my god, that was so good. We are so engrossed in looking at all the other things that we hardly get any time to look what is actually going inside. Are we happy? Are we sad? We don't address our emotions. We don't address our thoughts. And yes, sometimes it is so important to slow down and find what is bothering you. Now, let's come to the conditioning we all share. For long, I was conditioned to believe that life is like a ladder. You always need to chase, climb, or achieve. There were a few society's whispers that were loud in my ears, like hustle hard, rest is for the weak, be productive, or you are missing out in the game and your worth is tied to your success. And I was also sold this narrative. I was no exception. And for so long I was walking on that path and was unable to find any kind of happiness because it was only about achieving this milestone, then another milestone. And honestly, it was one endless cycle of always putting your happiness at the cost of finances and wealth. But here's the thing, That road never ends. It has no end. And for how long I'm going to walk on that path just with no purpose, with no excitement, and honestly, with something that was not serving me anymore. So, yes, the conditioning we all share is pretty different to what we actually experience. And the experiences gave me a strong head to take a decision that I was so proud of. And I'm sure that my 80-year-old self would thank me that, yes, I get to live experiences no matter I'm going to fail or succeed. But yes, I actually did something I really wanted. And now coming to your whys. I know my future self would thank me because I have my whys very strongly ingrained. I have the freedom of not trading my time with money. At any moment of the day, I can go for a walk in the nature just because I want to. I can go and walk into my daughter's room and play with her for an endless hour without any worry. And of course, I can call my friend at any random weekday and ask her, hey, would you like to go for a coffee with me and just get into endless chats? So, for me, I believe that these are the moments where you're actually present, and this is how you want to live a life. At least for me, I know everyone's story is pretty different, but that is the kind of story I wanted for me. This is my story of choosing rest over burnout and making something of my own that I can be proud of. By wrapping this video, I have to say that if you have to live your life, live it today. And my mentor told me one important thing that I really want to share with you. Life is like a live concert. You can't hit rewind or pause. The music is playing right now. And if you're too busy waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss the best parts of the song. This is the only reminder I can give you. If you want to do something, do it today. Don't wait it for tomorrow because tomorrow is not in your hands. And yes, if you happen to like this video, please consider subscribing. And I'm going to come back again on something I really want to share. Okay, bye bye. See ya.